When we're teaching pickleball and playing pickleball, we talk a lot about dinking. And it's one of those things that get a lot of students that they're not really sure they want to spend time learning to dink because they say nobody I play with does that. And so to try to convince them that it's a good skill to have and that it can be used offensively, not just, oh, I'm just dinking the ball over the net, la-di-da, they think that's kind of boring. But once you can teach them that you can actually use these dinks as weapons to set yourself up for shots to finish points on, that light starts to go on a little bit. And so one of the ways that we can use a dink offensively is to take it out of the air. People get in a big habit, the ball bounces right in here, take a step back and hit it. And that's okay sometimes, especially if it bounces a little higher, if that's their comfort zone. But the problem that happens is a lot of people take that step back and then they reset here. So now they're back off the kitchen line. Whereas if they could learn to take that ball out of the air, it does a lot of good things for them. One, if I take the ball out of the air here, I don't have to move my feet. So now I stay on balance. Another benefit is if I take it out of the air, I just took time away from my opponent. So if I have them a little bit off balance and still scrambling, and I take it out of the air, they might not have recovered yet. Whereas if I let it bounce, that gives them more time to get back in position. So how do I determine what ball is a good one to take out of the air? I mean, obviously anything up here, I'm going to take out of the air, but get comfortable and in the habit of taking low balls out of the air and just making that a dink. That's the other misconception. If I say take it out of the air, people think I mean take it out of the air and try to hit a volley off of that. No, it's take it out of the air, hit it back in the kitchen as a dink, but just do it effectively. So the area that I want to be comfortable doing this in is back to that strike zone. If a ball is in my strike zone and I can comfortably reach it, I can go about 1.5 feet, 2 feet into the kitchen and take a ball out of the air. The thing I want to make sure is that I have a little bend in my elbow. Everything comes from the shoulder in pickleball. We don't use wrists and elbows. I want to make sure I have a little bend so I have control. If my arm gets straight, I've lost control and the ball's probably going to pop up. That I don't want because that one's going to get smashed right back at me. So it takes practice to learn to take the right ball in the right spot. So I'm going to show some dinking where I choose whether or not I think I can take this ball out of the air. I got that one. That's a little too low. A little too low. If I take a ball out of the air, look at my body. I'm not moving at all. I might have to bend my knees more because I want to take that ball. It's low. I got to get a little lower. But by taking it out of the air, I might be also able to surprise my opponent. If I'm in that habit of recognizing balls to take out of the air, and I'm thinking about it and I'm ready for it, and I get one that's a little higher, I'm now already accustomed to taking them out of the air, so I don't double think it. I see a lot of people, they're not used to that. They get that ball and then they're like, oh, maybe I could hit that. But they're not really prepared to hit that. All right, so let's show, we can also do this cross-court. It's a little harder to take cross-court balls out of the air because the ball's traveling further. It's usually got a little more pace on it. But we can also take cross-court balls. Well, notice I'm having to move a little more to be successful to take the cross-court balls out of the air, but it still stops me having to move quite as much. So once you get yourself accustomed to doing this, you'll find that you now have more weapons. You can control the kitchen line a little bit more. You can make your opponent get out of position, because if he's going side to side and I take it out of the air, he's got less time to get back in position. So really work on this in practice and drilling. Make yourself commit to working on recognizing those balls that you can take out of the air.